You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about Megan Rapinoe here in this video, and I'll say Jorge Masvidal, who just recently retired from the UFC. Now, Jorge Masvidal, he loves America. He loves his country. I believe his father is actually from Cuba, and his father escaped communism. His father saw communism up front firsthand, and I'm pretty sure he didn't like it. That's why he actually got out of Cuba and came to America. Now, of course, Megan Rapinoe, she hates this country. Megan Rapinoe has never lived under communism, but obviously she wants communism. She's always trashing this country. She is the most woke athlete, I believe, in America. She is the most despicable athlete out there in America. Now that she's actually going away, guys, you know she wants men to come over into women's sports. Yeah, so she doesn't actually have to compete against biological men. And you know what? When she actually did compete against little boys, they lost. They got demolished by under 15-year-old boys. Yes, the USWNT had a scrimmage against under 15-year-old boys and got demolished 5-2. These boys, not professionals. I'm not even sure if that was a state championship level team. But regardless, the USWNT is supposed to be professionals, whereas these boys, they're just boys, and they got demolished. Now Megan Rapinoe has advocated that men go into women's sports because she believes that trans women are women when they're actually biological males. I mean, wake up, America. You have to see it. It's all around you guys. We talked about Emily Bridges dominating women, I should actually say, because Emily Bridges is identifying as a woman, but is a biological man, wiping out the competition. Austin Phillips talked about this person too, winning against women. And of course, you guys already know Leah Thomas, biological male, average male swimmer that actually swam on the UPenn swim team for 3 years. Average. Decides, you know what, I want to be a woman, quote unquote, transitions, and then bam, number one, demolishes the competition. It's just not fair. But Megan Rapinoe is okay with it not being fair because she will not be around to actually have to face men. I highly suggest, man, that Megan Rapinoe stick around for a while. Stick around for a while and advocate that the USWNT go toe-to-toe with biological men identifying as women. Guys, I believe the score would probably be like 17-0. Because we know that the USWNT, they can't even score against women. They struggle to score goals at the World Cup. They will not score a single goal against men because biology is a real thing. Now, Jorge Masvidal, he knows that. I mean, a woman would have to be crazy to allow Jorge Masvidal into the octagon with them. He would destroy a woman. It's not fair. He has a physical advantage, and even he knows that. Well, Jorge Masvidal came out and he ripped Megan Rapinoe for being anti-American and also advocating for men to come over into women's sports. So let's get into this. He was actually on, I believe, with Outkick here. And this is what he says, quote, "I think you need help." Talking about Megan Rapinoe. Jorge Masvidal rips Megan Rapinoe for saying she would never sing the national anthem ever again. And you know what? She, as far as we know, has never sung the national anthem ever. She probably doesn't even know the words to the national anthem. You know what? Maybe she actually knows the national anthem to Cuba, the Soviet Union, China. Maybe she does. But guess what? Those countries don't accept your lifestyle. The United States of America, man, has opened up their arms to the alphabet community. And there's no doubt about that. Megan Rapinoe, here in this country, as a gay woman, she's able to do and say whatever she wants. I don't have to agree with what Megan Rapinoe is saying, But she has every right to actually say that. But try that in Cuba, see what happens. Try that in communist China, see what happens. If America is so bad, then what do you have to say about Cuba and China? Anyway, let's go ahead and listen in to Jorge Masvidal here talk about Megan Rapinoe. Let's roll it.
Megan Rapinoe specifically saying, I'll probably never sing the national anthem again. When you hear these kind of comments, what goes through your mind?
I think you need help, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Maybe just to hear the other side of the coin, because America is the greatest experiment ever. For you to hate on this thing that has brought freedom and economic wealth to the whole world, it's just crazy. And I dare her to move to any one of these countries that she's talking about and send us a postcard. She won't, because this is the greatest country on earth, and she just won't admit it. It's like, this is the one place where a guy like me that didn't have absolutely nothing, my parents didn't have a cent to give me, I was able to become a multi-millionaire and take care of my family forever.
I'd love to give some people the benefit of the doubt of maybe having a rougher upbringing, but Megan Rapinoe seems to be a pretty privileged human being. And she's also one of the ones who is advocating for trans athletes to be able to play in women's sports.
She's somebody that probably either doesn't understand how actual science works or doesn't care for women to have records or be playing. It's just not fair.
Megan Rapinoe specifically.
So there you have it, guys. That is Jorge Masvidal right there. And Megan Rapinoe and all these other anti-Americans that so say are Americans, they're never going to leave the country. Think about this, guys. When Donald Trump was elected to the presidency, you had all of these woke celebrities out there talking about, I'm moving out the country, I'm leaving. Almost none of them did. Why? Because they know that America is the greatest place on the planet to live. Now, me, myself, I've been all over the world. I was actually in the Navy, so I've been all over the world, all over South America. I've been to the Middle East, been to Europe, and there's some nice places. But trust me, there's no place I would rather live than the United States of America. I've been to Canada too. Canada is more woke than the U.S. I wouldn't want to live there. I mean, Justin Castro, have you actually seen him? Justin Castro is a communist up there. And I'm sorry, I don't like communism. I've been to Ecuador. Ecuador, not a very clean place. At least the place I went to. I went to Manta, Ecuador. Not a place I would want to live at all. America is great. We're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect because humans are not perfect. But America is so great, man. This is a great, great country. And ignore all these woke athletes, man, because they're virtue signaling. They can say all this from their $10 million mansions, their $30 million mansions like LeBron James. Remember, America is so great, man, that LeBron James actually had to stage a fake hate crime. Covered up the evidence. Nobody saw whatever racial slur was allegedly on his Brentwood home. Yeah, a Brentwood home, guys. LeBron James. But he's preaching about oppression when he has never been oppressed in his life, just like Megan Rapinoe. Megan Rapinoe has never been oppressed. Ignore these people. But shout out to Jorge Masvidal. He is right on the money, coming out and ripping Megan Rapinoe. She'll never leave the country. Trust me, she will never leave the country. But now all of a sudden, man, she wants men and women sports. That is crazy. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.